Nadia, and Hashmi. Our project is palm wearing, and the duration expands from 1st January 13 until 1st February 2013. And there are time constraints. That's why we are also working on weekends to make this project successful, or to make the wearing happen on 1st February. Here, as you see, the caricature illustrates the predecessors. Like in this case, we have two predecessors. And here, there are two predecessors. So, if these actions are not completed, then the following actions will not be able to be achieved. So, this project, palm wearing, we are going to illustrate by using Microsoft 2010, and Romy will take us through all these entire PowerPoint slides, and I hope we will be able to make it clear to all of you.
Thank you, Tenzin, for that. So our time constraint are these ones. When we make a project, when we want to enter a project to our projects, Microsoft Project 2010, we have to understand the time constraint. We have to understand the duration of the projects. In this case, the duration is the 1st of January up to the 1st of February, because the delay of the wedding is the 1st of February. Every time you want to make to enter data to the Microsoft projects, remember this setting. It's very important. We choose whether we choose a project start date or project finish date. There are two options: project start date or project finish date. If we decide we can determine the project finish date, which is the 1st of February. It means Microsoft will do backward, the January. And then if we decide that start date, and then the Microsoft will do the schedulings after that date, the starting date, forward. Okay, this is very important. It's important settings before we do before we enter the list, before we enter the activities, and before we assign the resources to the activities. Do this one first. Otherwise, it will not supposed to be like what we want. Okay, this is the first setting that we have to do. Okay, next. The second setting is the project calendar. It's very important because maybe our project members come from different country, and then they have different holiday times. Maybe in Bhutan, Wednesday is a holiday, but in Maastricht is the Wednesday is not holiday. That's why we have a different time, different calendar of the projects. In this case, we assume that we include the weekends, so we can crash the schedules. This is how we to do to change the times. We go to the project calendar and then do the settings, work of days, and then after this, you can see this all white. It means all working days. So the weekend also included there. And then the third option is that about changing the currency to euro. Otherwise, it will follow your operating system's settings. If the operating system setting is in dollar, it will be dollar. That's why it's very important as well. You do the setting the currency to our budgeting later in euro, not in dollar, in rupiah, and so on. And then the fourth one is we set the auto scheduling. It's very important because we want, like in the Microsoft project, we'll do the scheduling later automatically. This is very important setting before we do other steps. Second steps, entering activities. The second one, grouping. Grouping out there and in there is very important like this. Grouping, out there, in there, out there, out there, in there, like this. It's very important. If we have like this, we grouping our WBS, and then Microsoft Project can prepare automatically the code. It's very beautiful like this. If you mix, there is no outdent in there, there is no grouping in the activities, we will not have like this. So, in order to get this kind of WBS code, and then we have to group in this one. And then it will come automatically and it will do by Microsoft Project, and it's very beautiful. This is the durations, and then we need to determine the predecessors. And then whether it is finish, start, or finish to finish. Our assumption for this project is finish, start. And also the lag and the constraints. After that, we have the game chart. This one, the recurring entries. We try to use the Microsoft features, which is the recurring task. We assume that Miss PAM will select 3 times in a certain period. Let's say select dress patterns one day, and the next day select again the dress patterns, another dress pattern, and then the next day again select again the another dress pattern. And then he will choose that. The Miss PAM. This one, and then we try to use the features of Microsoft Project, which is recurring tasks, selecting dress patterns. In this one, is daily, and then the duration of recurring tasks is the 1st of January up to the 3rd of January. Okay, after that, the second graphical WBS. Microsoft Project has this kind of code. Microsoft Project can provide this one, but Microsoft Project cannot provide the graphical WBS. That's why, and then we use other applications, which is Microsoft Visio 2007, but we use a modular, WBS modular. We just export and import. When you do this one, you get the code of WBS, and then you import to the Microsoft Visio 2007. Just use the menu from here, then automatically will draw the graph like this. But if you do another way around, it means you do the work breakdown structure from this one, you can do this one, and then you export again to this one. It's a different way, you can. But normally we do this one first, WBS, and then we input like this, just import and export. If we have changing again with WBS, you can change, and then do it, export and import again. It will update automatically. It's very fast, very easy, but we have to buy Microsoft Visio. Yeah. Okay, this is the Rachi matrix. Rachi matrix being responsible. Who is responsible? Who will approve? Who will consult it? Who will be informed? This is the way how. It's actually Microsoft Project doesn't have these such features, but sometimes Microsoft Project can extend their features. It's called a custom field, custom report. We make a custom field of this one like this, custom field, who is responsible, and then we make a lookup table. Who will be responsible? Who will be approved? Who will be informed? It's a kind of Rachi matrix. It is just a trick. There is no such feature in Microsoft Project actually, but you can do it by using custom field, custom report. Okay. And then I try to do this like this, and then I make a demo for that, and then click this one, right click. This is the custom report, custom field. See, I can use this one. Who will responsible about document check? Who will check that? Who will respond? Who will get informed of this one? Who will consult? To whom we consult of these activities? It's a kind of Rachi matrix. But actually, the Microsoft Project does not have such feature. It is just a trick how to solve these things. Okay, this is about the putting resources. We entering resources. The category of resources. There are 3 categories: work, material, and cost. And then this is the interesting things, how we solve the problem in the resources. Remember, the total gas is 125, but 10,000 only for 75 gas. It means we need 50% additional gas. This is the variable cost, and this is the fixed cost. When we enter or we assign the resources to the task, and then we add 50, and then Microsoft Project will automatically calculate to 13,750. It will be automatically calculated. It is very good, very beautiful pictures of Microsoft projects. This is the way how to do that. But it is actually the trick because the type of the resource material, it is not material. Actually, receptions is actually cost. If I use cost and then I cannot play around with this column. That's why I choose this type of material. That's why I can put the money here, the number. This is the
but you
variable cost. This is
you could not call it reception. You could call it additional guest.
additional guest.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
And then you put in the reception, which is an activity, you put the guest as a resource. It's a bit strange.
Yeah, but it works. Really, it works. Where is it? Second. See, this is the additional guest.
Yeah.
50. If you change to 1, what happened then?
Nothing much because you don't have costs.
Only 1. See, this one? 10,075 additional. So automatically. It's very good. Very good features. Don't think about Primavera. Think about Microsoft Project. Primavera will cost you much. But this one, you have a lot of features. You can do a lot.
Yeah.
No need Primavera. They're very expensive.
Not there.
Sorry. Okay, we go back to 50 and then calculate again automatically.
Yep.
And then we assume this one. This is also the business of features of Microsoft projects. Can you see this one? Can you see this? This is unsigned task. Unsigned task. Select rest. Unsigned. There is no one will be in charge of this task. We have to move this one to this one. Move this one to this one. So there are 10 unsigned tasks when I did this one. Can you see this one? This is when? It means over allocated to this PAM. 8 hours, the same day, same time. Do more than one task. Over allocated. It means we have to make sums here. We reduce the time of working, or we put another father or someone else. It will help us a lot of this one. But remember, when you crash the project, and then you have to remember the setting of this one. You change this one or change this one. If you change the duration, it will extend your project duration. If you choose the second one, it means you just change the task total of work of that person. So it is very important. Normally, I choose the second one. So let's say it's 8 hours, and then I say 25% of 8 hours means 2 hours for this task. 2 hours. Although the MSPAM will do the more than one task, he can do it. Because 2 hours, one task, 2 hours, another task. Because the maximum hours is 8 hours. And then the result should be like this. There is no assigned task, there is no red color. See? Overlapping, yes, overlapping, but we have 2 hours here. The result is very good features of so we know who will in charge this one, who will in charge is responsible of this. Okay, this is the baseline. This is the beautiful how we make grouping the tasks. If you grouping the tasks, and then the Microsoft project can sum up. See this one? Sum up to here. And then finally you get 69,750. It's very good. And then you create the baselines. After you create the baseline, you input the actual cost, and then the Microsoft will calculate the remaining cost you have and the variance between actual and the variance. It's very good features. Okay, this is the cash flow. The cash flow of report, but the cash flow of budget. This is important things. How we accrue the cost. So we draw the step, start point, finish point, or prorated. It is the example of start. If you include the expenses or the cost in the start point, it means 3,000, no matter how long the durations of the activity. If you use the prorated, 10,000 divided by the duration of task, 10 days, and then per day would be 200 euro. It's prorated. Prorated, same number, same expense. It's very, very different way how we calculate the cost. This is very important, but you have to discuss with accounting people, finance people. Sometimes they do like this, but we do like this. And when we have meeting, accounting people, operational, project people, different numbers. Because they have different treatment, how to treat this one. This is why, because before we do this one, please discuss with accounting people, finance people, how do they treat this one. Prorated or start or finish, this is very important. But in our case, we also assume that all prorated.
Yeah, I have
Sorry?
I like the example you give, but in fact the transportation maid of honor is something that you have to do on a boat. You don't pay the boat every day 200 euros.
Yeah, this is prorated. Yeah.
So you would want that one to be at the start.
Yeah. That's why we assume it's prorated, but actually, in fact, we pay once time, not like this. This is the way how we treat in accounting, 3,000. Because we consume for 10 days, and then so we...
Yeah, but it's not good, because you have to pay in the beginning. You have to
you're
pay
right.
the boat before,
Yeah.
not every day.
Yeah.
And so your cash flow is...
That's why we should have discussion with accounting people, how we allocate this budget. Prorated, start, finish, or what? Okay, this is how we updating actual cost via accounting software. We assume that Microsoft, that we have Microsoft project here as a project manager, but the accounting people, they have their own accounting software. For example, in Australia, we use MyOB accounting, my own business accounting. This one, this is accounting people, but this is projects. This we are here. But we have UWBS, but they have what we call COA, chart of account. This is, can you see that chart? The COA 611000, but we have this one, the chart 112. We have to reconcile this one. This one belongs to what? This one. And then if you want to enter the actual cost manually, the chart notice or the big correct charts, then we ask accounting people, how is the actual cost? Because they know the number. They know how they validate the transactions. They are the one who do this, not we. We will not decide how much. Accounting people knows that. We ask them, knock their door, ask them. How much the charge? They say, oh, 2,500 now. Then we input here. Or if we want to input the technology, something like setting the hand, automatically we can. We set this one to XML, and then this one will update the XML and then import again here, automatically, without knocking their doors, accounting department doors. Okay, this is the last one. It's very interesting. It's very interesting. Really, it's very interesting. Can you see that? Web-based integrations. Web-based integrations means, can you imagine it's a father in Bhutan, the mother in Pakistan, and Miss Bang here still doing his assignment in Burma. It's different continents. How do they integrate the data? Because a project can do that? Yes, you can buy project server. Costs you much. And then how you do that? Okay, this is the case. It's very important. Now, it's very interesting. I think you will. And then once you go back home, then you will have a project kind of this. And your project member may be, different continents. Father in Bhutan, mother in Bali. It's very beautiful island there. And Miss Bang in Maastricht, Netherlands. And then the question is that, then how do they integrate? First, okay, copy the MPP file, then send the email. That's it. But that's efficient, not cost you a lot of money, but not effective. And then the second one that we suggest is by using web-based integrations. You can tailor-make, you can make by yourself, you can ask someone like me to develop the website, or finally. But you can use the ready to wear. It means already there. We call it pallet speak server. It's ready, one of the ready to wear server. This is the way we work. This is the Microsoft project. This is the browser. This is the Outlooks. This is the father. This is the mother. This is the Miss Pam. This is the server. Okay. Let's see how it works. Just 1 minute.
Where is you?
Okay. Have a look this one. This is the same like we did. See the Miss Pam. This is the Miss Pam. This is the Microsoft projects, and then this is the task, the game charts, the durations, start and finish, and then we assign the resources. Actually, I asked them to give me what this one. I asked them 28th of October. Asked them how to demonstrate it in front of you guys, but until now I haven't got the account. So I just demonstrate the movie. Again, the movie, yeah.
Romy, it's very interesting
No time.
to show the movie and there is time, but I also want to see your own project.
Okay. No, it's very important picture. Actually, but okay.
Yeah, true.
How long is this?
Okay, that's finished then.
Maybe you can show it at the end.
Yeah, later.
Okay.
We are done.
No, we want to see their project. We haven't seen the project yet.
Free for MS-Project.
Oh, the projects here. Never touch. Yeah. This is the projects.
Okay. These are. You scroll one more left. The information column is not visible. Yes.
Auto is right. This is the sign up preparing task. This is auto. This
The
is
circle
people
means
of,
it's a recurring task. And below you see 3 calendars. That's because he says 1 week and the next week and the week after, or 1 day, the next day, and the next day. Yeah. And what's the second thing? There's a note in row 17. There's 2 items. What's the second item? Okay, it's a calendar.
It's a calendar standard. We are using standard. Sign the task.
Okay, and why is that? So why do you change the calendar?
The holiday. Yeah.
I mean, the rest of the project doesn't have a standard calendar.
They do.
They do.
Yeah.
So why is he specifically telling you here that you have standard calendar if the rest of the activities also have standard calendar?
It's just telling me that when we do this occurring task, and that's which calendar that we use, then it's just telling me that calendar, standard
So
calendar.
it's not
Just informations. Because we have some calendar here, 24,
Yeah.
but we use only standard.
resource usage. Let's show us the resource sheet and the resource usage. Okay, this is
the resource
sheet.
Yeah.
So you have to set.
And then it's only the additional cost. Because the father said 50,000, make it 50,000.
Now the father says you take 50,000 and the yellow because he knew that this was more expensive. Yeah. So why yellow?
Yeah, just additional cost. Just make me signs. Just no additional information. Just make me. And then we make a code at CO7. CO7 means something like this. Why CO7? Why CO1? Because this one is CO7. This one CO8. This one CO7. Just make it exact. Just the codes for the CO. Yeah.
Okay. Questions from the audience? The end date. I don't see the end date. You showed it, but I didn't have time to look. Show me. Can you show the Gantt chart?
The Gantt chart.
Yeah. And when are you?
Can you see this one? Sometimes there is no Gantt chart here.
Yeah.
And then the trick of to do that, this one go here again to the detail and go back again. See, you can see the Gantt charts. And now,
No Gantt chart.
still no Gantt charts. Okay, this is the Gantt charts.
Okay, Gantt chart. So what date are they finally marrying?
The first of, can you see this one? The finish date, the
Yes.
first of February. Yes.
Okay.
Because the time constraint is the first of January, and the D-Day of the wedding is the first of February. So,
Other questions from the audience?
Oh, we forgot to question the master.
When he is a master, you should question him more.
Oh,
Why? That's when you learn.
is it a legal rule?
That is true. Do you want to see the share, the web server?
Yes.
Let's go back.
This is the same thing. Again, I said that is the task, this duration. This is how we assign the resource to the task. You see that?
We show up in the Microsoft project file. Let's go ahead and assign. By the sync resources with server menu item. Once the sync up is completed, the resources
Okay. This is assignment of resources to the task.
immediately show up in the Microsoft project file. Let's go ahead and assign some tasks to some of the resources. And then publish
See? And then after that, use to publish to the server.
the changes to the server.
This one is server. So this is the Microsoft projects, and then after that, change or update to the Microsoft server, to the server. Finish. Only like that.
Now if we switch back to the browser view,
This is on the internet, the web browsers. You can see Firefox here, and then this is the public speak server.
quickly see the newly assigned tasks.
See? Already uploaded here. That's the task.
Under the Resources tab, we can see the newly created resources. Okay, now we have created a project, created tasks, and assigned them to resources. Let us see how easy it is for team members to interact with Valley Speed Project Server.
Now the project members will log into the server from the website.
In Tom's dashboard view, we can see right away that there is one project that he is associated with. By clicking on the project, we can see all the tasks within the project and the specific tasks assigned to Tom. Tom can click on any of the tasks assigned to him and update them. Let's set this task at 9% completed. As you can see, the task shows as 9% completed on the project tab.
Doesn't work.
Next, let's see how this update by Tom on Valley Speed Project view. We can see right away that there is one project that he is associated with.
Again, this
By clicking on the project,
Yeah.
we can see all the tasks within the
this is the project member. The project member opened his account, and then now, oh, okay, somebody assigned me a task.
project and the specific tasks assigned to Tom.
Yeah.
Tom can click on
Like
all
that.
the tasks assigned.
And then he says the progress of the task: 10%, 50%, or 100%.
to him and update them. Let's set this task at 9% completed.
10% complete.
As you can see, the task shows as 9% completed on the project tab. Next, let's see how this update by Tom on Valley Speed Project Server reaches the project stored on the project manager's desktop. For this, let's log in as Paul Macy. As you can change made by a team member.
Yeah, it's alert.
Let's click on the project. We can now see the task that was updated. Let's now switch to the Microsoft project file on Paul's desktop.
Now this is now Miss Pam, Microsoft projects.
Clicking on that particular task, we can see that it still says 0%
Still 0 because still not updated. Still in the server, the data,
completed.
still 0%.
This is because Paul has not yet synced up the desktop project file with the server. To sync up, Paul simply clicks on the Valley Speak menu, followed by the Get
This is the key.
Updates from Server menu item. After the sync up is complete, we can see that the particular task now shows as 9%
9%.
complete.
Yeah, that's the way, this is the logic. This is, yeah. No need to pay project server, just use this one.
Just pay Valley Speak. How much is Valley Speak?
No idea. I don't think. Okay. Maybe you can develop by yourself and then ask me to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you everyone for your attention. Thank you.